Hi, there is a feeling of duality today. I'm getting there's this excitable feeling within you, but everything is screaming at you to rest and to relax and to spend time maybe in solitude. But there is this feeling of like an excitement. It's almost like you know that something is about to happen or something's about to change. There's some kind of exciting news on its way. So I want to get to the bottom of what is this feeling and why are you having it right now. So we've got stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. So what you are preparing for is something that I feel you've been desiring, something that you would really like, but you never thought it would be possible. And it's in the stillness that you have the realization that actually this is absolutely possible and you can make it happen. Sorry, I've left absolutely all my stuff over there. So let's get into the runes. Around this, where is your energy around this? Because you can't just be sat at home and something just suddenly happens. That doesn't normally happen, does it? But this is about you paying attention to what's being shown to you in that stillness. So for instance, it might be something that you watch, something that you're reading, or something that you listen to, or something that you find. Because what I'm hearing is that whoever I'm talking to, this excited feeling that you've got, it's like you know something is coming. You're waiting for something. You might even be waiting for some of you, like for a job offer or some kind of guidance to come in or an appointment to come through. And in the waiting, you are pottering around, doing stuff, getting stuff done. And it might be that you've actually, cancelled some plans because you can't get this off your mind. And in cancelling those plans, you're spending more time at home. Maybe you've got a bit of a cold coming as well, so you're feeling like the effects of the seasonal changes. And in that pottering, you're seeing things, you're finding things, you're realising things. So it feels very refreshing and very healthy what you're doing right now. And what it's going to do is help you through a healing process. So there's an energy of you finding the light. We have Sir Willow and Kainaz both talk about the light. Kainaz is the beacon, it's a torch. And Sir Willow is the sun, it's the power of the sun. So this is a very healing, very life force, energetic awakening that I feel you're going through at this time. And in going through this, it's kind of showing you something from the past. I feel like it's reminding you of something. So you might find, a card or a letter or an item of jewellery, any kind of object that brings forward a thought. And this could be something from the past, maybe something that you used to enjoy doing but you no longer do. It's almost like a realisation of a past version of yourself that actually you want to reclaim that energy again, but not in the same way that you did, because I feel like at the time it was oppressed or it was suppressed. And now you are freeing yourself. But in that freedom, there's an element of vulnerability. And this is where Bacano comes in, because this is signalling a whole new beginning for you. It's like you're being rebirthed into a new world. And you might be feeling this in the external world as well. You might be feeling like things are changing, things are shifting. People are talking differently, or people are having different opinions to what they used to have or what you would expect them to have had. Maybe you are feeling like that yourself. Maybe you're starting to be more paying attention more to what people are saying to you, what your inner circles are like. And I feel like you might be going through a little bit of a healing crisis with this, because it's like, when they say the more you know, the less you know. Yeah, it's very, very true. There's another card in here that shouldn't be in here. The Seer's Crystal. Clarity, focus, and divination. That does not belong in this deck, but it is in there. It's obviously from when I did a reading yesterday. But that's basically what this is talking about. Now, for some of you, you're going to find a crystal. It could be a crystal ball, or it could be a crystal, but it's going to remind you of maybe if you used to go and sit circle, or you've been to development classes or something before. It's going to reignite a passion for you, and it may even cause you to reach out to somebody that was in those circles with you. So this is like a reconnection with the past, with people. Now, part of that past could be to do with a masculine here, someone that you maybe shared on an emotional level with, someone that made you feel safe, that made you feel heard and seen. So that person may be on your mind right now. You might not actually reach out to them, but they might be on your mind. And that's interesting. We've got the sun on the bottom there, which correlates with Sir Willow. So I feel like you're manifesting contact from this person or a rebirth with this person. It's like you are heavily thinking about them. Now, for some of you, this could actually be your father. It could be your dad or your brother or an uncle, someone in your family that you maybe, perhaps they used to do these things with you, or there's something that you used to do with them. And it's reminding you of them. So it doesn't have to be romantic. For some it will be, but for others it feels more like a father. Now, I feel like I'm seeing dream catchers, making dream catchers, and especially with peacock feathers coming through on this. So there's something to do with that being significant. So that's a very specific message. It might not be for everybody, but if it resonates with you, drop a comment down there. Now this is kind of like the person I'm talking about, who feels like this father figure, or could be like a very emotionally mature masculine in your life that you are reconnecting with. They kind of peacock a bit. So they show up as a big personality, like the life and soul of the party. You can't unsee them, like they're, you can't miss them basically. They're quite in your face. Now, they aren't, maybe before they didn't really show how they were feeling about you or feeling about things in general, but I feel like that's about to change. I feel like they are coming to a point now where it's like they want this rebirth. They want this reunion with you. And they're going to tell you that because they're, you know this person, maybe they kind of hid their feelings a little bit in the past. And to you, you're sort of like, but this person, when they speak, they don't normally hide things. They don't normally, they're normally very honest. Even if that's not comfortable for the person that they're talking to, they can be very honest. So you're sort of like, so if they're so honest, and I've got this feeling that, I want this reconnection with them, but now they're coming back in with that reconnection back towards you, you're seeing it. You're like, wow, they actually really mean it, because they would never put on this display if they didn't really think or feel this. You're quite aware of like the language and how people, words and actions are aligning. There is instability here though. There's a fear of things not being stable enough. Maybe that's from the past. Perhaps there was some hurt there, or somebody felt abandoned by this or rejected by this. So what's going to happen? What do you need to know in this stillness that you're in? Okay, the stillness is part of this like slow process of a transition. So it's good for you to be basically saying like, I'm just going to stay in my lane. I'm staying over here and I'm going to do this. It's going to encourage this person to have to open up more, to have to bring out the truth. They're realizing that they have to align the head and the heart. And you're realizing that too. It's like, being brutally honest with yourself as to how you feel. There's a lesson in this for both of you. There's a lesson and a teaching. And I feel like you both kind of obsess over this, or you have both obsessed over this situation, over this relationship, to the point where I feel like one of you had to kind of just take yourself away, go into that inner internal voice and figure it out. What else do we have for you on this? Someone is still wearing a mask, very much a mask. And I feel like that's kind of where this Four of Wands in the reverse position comes in, is like, I feel like it's more coming from you, that you have some doubts sometimes about whether this person is showing you their true self, their true colours. But the Ten of Pentacles coming out on this one is kind of saying that this feels like family to you also. So maybe look at how this resonates with, maybe the feelings you're getting is because this person could remind you of somebody in your family, and you don't want to pin that on them, what someone else has done or how someone else has behaved, because it's not on them. This is like the opportunity. I can see like a family being built around this. I feel like you kind of keep gravitating around each other. It's not going away. And there is this chance for a whole new beginning, a bright new start. This is a rebirth individually, like personally for you, but also in this connection. If this resonates